big selling point for me. I think people that don't really know a lot about me, I think if we can ever get those people out to see a show, you know, I think we might change the perception of what I am, or, you know, what kind of artist I am. And I think this is a cool way to do that. We get to shoot a DVD, put it out there, let people check it out. I think it's going to be cool for my fans, you know, people that are already hardcore fans. You know, that gives them a show to have at their house, take home, watch. It's cool that we've gotten to this point in my career where I've gotten enough hits now to be able to go and pull something like this off. So I'm excited, and you know, I've never done anything like this before, so I hope the people that watch it, you know, dig it. Get it to shoot up. I tell you what, Joey, can you kick yours up stay hitty? Just a bomb. We got a good record in Tennessee. That's the best show. When you got this curved run, it changes everything. Thank God that's over. Pick up, choke here. Choke and do a wrap, and then put your bear rating, the same thing, wherever that motor is, dead straight up and down, that's where you're going to pick up the motor and the span sets, or this truss. Like that. And there's the pairing in the middle. Cable pick back in, what we need to do is clean this up. Yeah. Obviously, being the camera shot, we want to clean it up. This goes up on this. Building our LED wall for Jason Aldean. It's going to be a great show. Take this one right here, we'll spin it 180, put it right underneath these two motors here. 30 feet high, 70 panels, a lot of Cat 5 and a lot of cable. You're going to do it big, baby. Well, I love touring. That's my favorite part of this gig. I tell people all the time that I put up with all the other stuff stuff just so I can get to play my show. The other stuff's work. That's fun. We've been very fortunate to be on some really cool tours over the last couple of years. Guys that have really helped to, help me to launch my career. Trace Atkins, Dirk Bentley, Rascal Flatts, Tim McGraw. We were just out with Toby Keith this year, going out with Keith Urban this year. So I mean, we've been on some pretty big tours as far as that goes. We've been really blessed, and and I love it, man. I mean, there's nothing better than walking out on stage every night and seeing 10,000, 15,000 people there to see what it is that you're about to do. Because it wasn't that long ago, we were playing shows and we were lucky to have 50 people there.
He was playing and making in the bars at Mississippi River and other places.
It's a good feeling to know that there's going to be people there every night, and it's our job to go out and make sure we give them a good show.
We used to have 4 lights, man. We used to run them ourselves.
My band and I have known each other, most of us moved to Nashville right about the same time, around 1998. And my bass player, Tully Kennedy, he was the first guy I met. I was actually writing songs with his uncle. He introduced me to the guitar player, Kurt Allison. And then Kurt knew Rich, so Rich came along, but it was just kind of a thing where we all kind of moved there right around the same time, and we kind of came up in the business together. And all the showcases that I played in Nashville back in those days, I mean, those guys played 90% of them with me. A couple years ago, we were looking for another guitar player. We had kind of had a couple guitar players in and out, and really looking for the right guy. And a guy named Mike Fry came up, who we all knew, and was actually playing with another artist. And we basically called him up and said, "Hey, if you want the gig, come, it's yours. Come out." And so we kind of stole them away, and he kind of rounded it out, made everything complete. So once he got on board, everything kind of felt like it was right, and it's like being out on tour with some of your best friends. Well, I think this new album's a little different. We're excited that it's coming out. It's something we've been working on now for, I guess, a little over a year, and it's almost like a baby. You sit there and work on it, and you wait for it to come out, and and I feel like we got a great album this time. Not that we didn't have great albums before, but I think we just kind of found our comfort zone now. The first album, we had no idea what we were doing. We just kind of went in, had fun, and just not overthinking things. Just going in and cutting the album like we always cut our demos before. And then on the second album, I think there was a little bit of pressure as far as, trying to make sure that the second album was as good, if not better, than the first album. I think we learned a lot by recording the first 2 albums, and I think we looked back and saw some things that we probably would have done a little different, and so we applied that to this album, and we did things like, I took some time off before we went in the studio to rest my voice, make sure it was good, and so I think vocally, production-wise, the overall sound of the record, I think this is my favorite album. I think if somebody came to me and said, which one of these 3 albums should I buy to get a better understanding of who I am as an artist, I would definitely tell them this one.
Have you met my twin? Are you twins again? Come on up. Start with a sandwich. Look, we got GAC on, trying to find ourselves. Not us, though. It's waste of camera time. You ever been to, what's the farm called? Coach and Horns? Down there in Sunset. Let's give it a terror scene. Love that place. Dark. Luggage. Do any clothes? I like it because you can't trace it. This is our, don't put your nose too close to any of this stuff. Kind of, squeeze this out. Cribs. I don't know what this thing is. Something Aldean might use. I don't know. Holster? Maybe do whittle that for Jason? Actually, I did. It is. I'll call you. Yeah.
SPF. My head.
And HD too, you know.
My wheat bread, whole wheat.
I've been playing with these guys for close to 3 presidencies. Wives have come, girlfriends have come, fashion styles, hairstyles have come and gone.
That's about all.
Still playing with these fucking guys.
Lost your rope. Glamorous, man. How's she getting down?
You can climb all the way down the twisty ladder hanging down over there.
That is not right.
She's all belted in though, right?
Yeah, you see that rope right in front of her?
Well, we got a few songs in here tonight, you know, that we're performing for the first time, and that's always makes you a little bit nervous, but it's gotta learn them at some point, I guess. So what better night to throw them in than tonight? It's fun, man. I feel like we got some really great songs. Got a song called Big Green Tractor that I think is gonna be a big live hit for us, and hopefully a radio hit too. I love it, man. I love playing new music. I love springing it on people when they're not expecting it, and getting an honest reaction. You know, I think that you can sit there and play songs for your family and your friends and all that, and get their feedback. And you know, at the end of the day, you know, until you get out here on stage and you play it and you get an honest reaction from a country music fan, you know, you don't really know whether the song is hitting a nerve with people or not. I tell people all the time, when we played She's Country for the first time, we decided to practice it one night on stage and just throw it out there and see what happens, and this place just erupted. And so we all kind of looked at each other like, all right, well, that went over really well. And ultimately, that was the one that was going to help launch this album. So it's a good feeling when that happens. I moved to Nashville in 1998 as a songwriter. That was kind of the circle I was in for a while, and I got to meet a lot of those guys and you know, establish relationships with them, and I've known them for a long time. Guys like John Rich and Neil Thrasher, who's got a lot of songs on this record, Wendell Mobley, Rodney Clawson. I got one of my best friends is a guy named Justin Weaver, who's got a couple cuts on this album. Those guys are kind of my key guys, that when we're looking for songs, you know, I go to them first and kind of see what they got, and if I decide to write some for an album, I call them up and go sit down and write some songs with them. And like I said, I just think it really helps now in the song selection process, finding songs for the album. You know, if you know these guys personally, they know, you know, they're more willing to give you their A songs instead of maybe their B songs or their C songs. So it's really worked out well, and that's the cool thing about Nashville. You know, all the years that I thought I was there in town and banging my head against the wall trying to get a record deal, and I didn't think I was accomplishing anything. You know, when I look back at it now, I was accomplishing a lot. You know, I was meeting guys like that, and it's been really cool to establish those friendships. I think the fans that we've made over the last few years have been incredible to us. We've gone out and established our fan base kind of a grassroots style. I mean, we played every barbecue pit, every club, every free show. Hell, I think we played a couple birthday parties, you know, it's like, whatever. And that's how we've established our fan base, man, just keep them involved in what's going on with my career. You know, and it's crazy, man. I see some people that have been to, you know, 50 shows since I started, which is just insane to me. I love it, but it's insane.
But us three's been here since 8 o'clock in the morning.
We love you! Jessica, Katie,
Donald,
Heather, Vicky.
those are the people that give you a career, man, and if it wasn't for them, you know, there'd be no reason. You sure wouldn't be sitting here wanting to talk to me right now. So, you know, they're the reasons I have a job, and as long as they come out to the shows, I'll keep playing them.
This is from the Aldean Army, his birthday present. Happy birthday, Jason!
You know, some of them are intense.
You get more with sugar than vinegar any day.
We're excited to be back in Knoxville. We played here a couple years ago when I was out on tour with Dierks Bentley.
In fact, I hate to say it, but he stole the show from Dirks.
The atmosphere here is pretty incredible. incredible. And that's what we wanted to capture with this DVD. We wanted to go in and go into a place that was just, you know, the energy was going to be off the hook. And like I said, we played here before and it was great, so it was kind of a no-brainer. It's close to home, and you know, it's an SEC college town. So what more can you ask for? I don't really usually get nervous a whole lot. I'm pretty low key. You know, I've been playing music since I was about 14 years old, so it's almost like second nature now. And you know, I love what I do. I get a little antsy. I get a little excited right before the show. Once I hear people in the room and they're talking, and you know people are out there, and you know, I'm ready to get the show started. So I start kind of pacing around and driving everybody crazy, I think, in the dressing room, because I'm back and forth, back and forth. And then, you know, finally, by the time we get to play, you know, it's like finally I have a place to release all that balled up energy, and it's, you know, I love it. It's my favorite part of the day.
He's just so hot, and it's. Everybody six? Six?
Guys, this is Jason Aldean. I want to thank you guys for buying the DVD, checking it out. Hope you enjoyed it, and got a little look into behind the scenes stuff, show, get a little bit better understanding of what I'm all about. Hope you liked it, and we'll see you guys on the road. Thank you very much.
Jason Rock.